How do you know when you've found someone who is truly meant for you? Someone who isn't just a passing face in the crowd, but a presence that feels destined, as if the universe itself had a hand in bringing you together. It's a question that has sparked the deepest parts of our hearts for centuries. We all dream of finding that one person who feels like they were crafted specifically for us. But how do you recognize them when they finally cross your path? What if I told you there are subtle signs, hidden gems, that will tell you you've met your divine match? These signs go beyond the surface-level excitement of infatuation. They speak to something deeper, something more profound. And in those moments when you think, could this be the one? These signs will guide you. They will show you that this is no ordinary connection. This is something rare, something beautiful, something that might just change the course of your life. But here's the truth. Many people spend their lives chasing after love without ever realizing that they've already found it. They overlook the subtle signs that are right in front of them, dismissing them as coincidences or fleeting emotions. That's because most of us aren't looking for deeper connections. We're too caught up in the noise of modern life, too distracted by superficial expectations and fleeting desires. We mistake sparks for real fire. We mistake lust for love. This isn't just about finding someone to date or share your time with. This is about finding someone who sees you, truly sees you, someone who understands the parts of you that even you sometimes can't make sense of. When you meet someone like this, you won't just feel attraction, you'll feel peace. You'll feel like you've found a kindred spirit, someone whose very existence seems to complement yours. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Is this really possible? Can love really be this transformative? The answer is yes. It's not only possible, it's the most real thing in the world. C.S. Lewis, one of the greatest thinkers on the subject of love, spoke of love in a way that goes beyond mere romantic attraction. He believed that love, true love, isn't about finding someone who simply fits into your life. It's about finding someone who pulls you into something greater than yourself, someone who challenges you, supports you, and inspires you to become the best version of yourself. It's not just about the fireworks. It's about the quiet moments, the subtle shifts in your heart when you realize that you're not just experiencing love, you're evolving through it. So, if you're here right now, listening to this, I want you to hold on to this feeling. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll be able to recognize these signs in your own life. You'll know, without a shadow of a doubt, whether you've met that person who is truly your divine match. You see, meeting your divine match isn't about luck. It's about alignment. It's about two people from different walks of life coming together at the exact right time, in the exact right place. But it's also about the subtle, almost invisible threads that tie you together. Those quiet moments of recognition that make you realize this is not just a relationship, this is destiny, and when you spot the signs, you won't have to wonder anymore. You'll know with clarity, and here's the reward. If you stay with me until the end, you'll understand exactly what to look for. You'll stop second guessing, wondering if you're with the right person. You'll begin to see the divine match you've been searching for, not as an abstract idea, but as something real, something you can feel deep in your soul. When you learn to recognize these signs, love will no longer feel uncertain. It will feel like home, and that's a place worth reaching for. So let's embark on this journey together and uncover the 4 hidden signs that tell you you've met your divine match. You might just realize that everything you've been waiting for has been right in front of you all along. When you meet someone who truly resonates with your soul, something shifts within you. It's not just the excitement of shared interests or the thrill of deep conversations. It's something more profound, an unspoken understanding. A divine match is not someone who needs to constantly explain themselves. With them, there's an intuitive connection that transcends words. They understand you, often without you saying a word, and you, in turn, understand them the same way. This kind of bond isn't built on surface-level small talk or casual exchanges. It's an almost spiritual recognition, a meeting of minds and hearts on a level that goes beyond verbal communication. You've probably experienced moments in your life when you felt understood truly, deeply understood. It's like someone can read your thoughts, finish your sentences, and still see the essence of who you are, even in the chaos of your thoughts. Imagine that, but on a deeper level. When you meet your divine match, there's this silent language that exists between you two. You don't have to explain your fears, your dreams, or your past. They see you for exactly who you are, not the version you try to show the world, but the real you, the raw, unfiltered you. This kind of understanding creates a foundation of trust, something that is irreplaceable in any meaningful relationship. Psychologically, when someone can connect with you at this level, it taps into your deepest need for security and belonging. It makes you feel safe to be yourself, without fear of judgment or rejection. It's the feeling of being seen for who you truly are, even in your moments of vulnerability. This sense of acceptance is transformative. It's not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about being accepted despite your flaws, cherished for everything that you are. And this isn't just about what they see in you. It's about what they bring out of you, the parts of yourself you didn't even know were there, waiting to emerge. Think about the last time you felt truly understood. It's rare, isn't it? Yet with your divine match, this feeling will be a constant, not an anomaly. It's the kind of connection that doesn't need validation, because you both know at the core that you are right where you need to be. This level of understanding isn't something that can be forced or faked. It happens when two people are in alignment with each other, where their values and perspectives naturally mesh. It's the invisible thread that holds everything together, even when the world around you is loud and chaotic. The moments of silence between you and your divine match aren't awkward. They are peaceful, they are content, and in that peace there's a sense of knowing, a sense of this is where I belong. Now, imagine what it feels like when this understanding starts to evolve. It's not just about having someone to talk to or share your thoughts with. It's about having someone who, without a word, can lift the weight of your burdens. They don't need to fix your problems. They just need to be there. They don't try to change you. Instead, they accept you, and that alone can heal wounds you didn't even know were there. This kind of emotional safety is incredibly rare, and it's something that all of us crave, whether we realize it or not. The beauty of this unspoken understanding is that it lays the groundwork for something even more powerful: growth. Growth that happens not just individually, but together. When you meet your divine match, something shifts in both of you. You stop settling for who you were. You start evolving into who you're meant to be. And this is the magic of being with the right person. Not only do they love you for who you are, but they encourage you to become the best version of yourself. They don't make you feel small for your imperfections. Instead, they see your potential and challenge you to rise above. This doesn't mean that everything is perfect. It doesn't mean that you won't face struggles or obstacles. But it does mean that when you face those challenges together, something beautiful happens. You grow stronger, more resilient, and more connected. You learn from each other's strengths and weaknesses. And as you evolve, you begin to see the world differently through the lens of possibility, through the lens of a shared dream. There's a deep psychological principle at play here. When you find someone who inspires you to grow, you begin to step into your own potential. Love, in this context, isn't just a feeling, it's an action. It's an active choice to become the best version of yourself, not for them, but because of them, and that's the key. The right person doesn't complete you, they amplify you. They make you want to be more, do more, and live more. Think about it. We all have dreams, aspirations, and ambitions that sometimes feel out of reach. But when you're with someone who inspires you to pursue those dreams, suddenly those dreams feel possible. Their belief in you becomes your belief in yourself, and that belief transforms everything. It's the kind of partnership where you're not afraid to show your vulnerabilities, because you know they will hold you up, even when you feel like you can't stand on your own. This is what it means to truly grow with someone. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about realizing that, together, you create the perfect foundation for growth. And as that foundation strengthens, you both rise. This is not just love, it's evolution. It's the constant push towards something higher, something greater, and that's the true power of a divine match. They don't just fit into your life, they help you expand your life into something you never thought possible. When you meet your divine match, something else begins to unfold in your life. A shared vision, a deep, undeniable alignment of where you both want to go in this world. It's not just about the present moment or the excitement of now. It's about what comes next, the future, and the path you choose to walk together. You stop merely existing alongside each other. Instead, you begin building something, a future shaped by mutual dreams, shared goals, and a common purpose. This is the foundation of lasting love. A divine match doesn't just complement your life, they help you create a future that makes sense, a future you both feel passionate about. Think about the power of having someone with you who not only supports your ambitions but actively shares in them. It's one thing to have someone by your side as you chase your goals. It's another entirely to have someone who is on the same path, someone whose dreams and aspirations align so deeply with yours that it feels as though your destinies have intertwined. There's something incredibly powerful about knowing you're walking in the same direction, moving toward the same vision. This isn't just about finding a partner, it's about finding a teammate, a co-creator, someone with whom you share the same sense of purpose. The psychological impact of this shared vision is profound. It creates a sense of unity and belonging, two of the most essential human needs. When you know that your partner is committed to the same future you are, you no longer feel alone in your journey. You feel supported, encouraged, and empowered. You no longer question whether you're heading in the right direction because you've already found someone who believes in that direction just as much as you do. There's a security that comes with knowing your paths are aligned. It's the feeling of having a built-in support system for every challenge you face, for every milestone you reach. Your dreams become not just individual goals, but collective ambitions. You start seeing your future as one unit, a partnership that can withstand anything. This kind of unity brings a sense of peace, because you know that together you can face whatever life throws your way. You're not walking alone anymore. You're walking together, hand in hand, towards something greater than either of you could achieve separately. This is where the true strength of a divine match lies. It's not just about passion in the moment. It's about vision in the long term. Love, in this sense, becomes a partnership in every sense of the word. It's about two people who share a purpose and who are committed to building that purpose, brick by brick, day by day. The future isn't something you fear anymore. It's something you look forward to with excitement and anticipation. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to grow together. Every victory becomes a shared triumph. You might wonder how this happens. How do you and your divine match end up on the same page, walking toward the same future? It doesn't happen by accident. It's about connection. It's about having the courage to dream together, to discuss your hopes and aspirations without fear of judgment. It's about being vulnerable enough to share your vision for your life and trusting that the person beside you will not only understand it, but will also see their own dreams aligning with yours. When you find someone who shares your vision, there's a deeper connection that takes root. It's a connection that goes beyond the superficial. It's about both of you finding a common ground, a place where your individual desires intersect to create something powerful and beautiful. Psychologically, this connection is rooted in the concept of shared identity. When two people come together with a common vision, they begin to develop a sense of shared identity. They start to see themselves as a unit, as a team, not just as two separate individuals. This shared identity strengthens the bond between them, creating an unbreakable foundation of trust and mutual respect. It's no longer just about you or them, it's about us. It's about the life you're creating together, the legacy you're building side by side. When you meet your divine match, you feel this shift. You no longer have to force your dreams or try to make them fit into someone else's life. Instead, your goals and your vision find a place to thrive in the context of your relationship. There's a deep sense of fulfillment that comes with knowing that the person you love is not just along for the ride, but is actively participating in building the life you both dream of. This kind of alignment is rare, but when it happens, it's undeniable. The connection is magnetic. It's the feeling of being on the same wavelength, the realization that the life you've always envisioned can now be lived, side by side with someone who sees that same future with you. No more wondering if you're on the right track. No more questioning if you're alone in your dreams. With your divine match, you're not just heading in the same direction, you're creating that future together. So, when you recognize that your dreams and visions are aligned, don't take it lightly. This is the foundation for something extraordinary, a future that will be shaped by both of you, a future that will bring you joy, fulfillment, and a deep sense of purpose. And when you walk into that future, hand in hand, you'll know that you are exactly where you were meant to be. When you are with your divine match, something remarkable happens. You begin to experience a sense of peace that doesn't come from external circumstances. It comes from the deep assurance that you are exactly where you need to be, with exactly the person you're meant to be with. Life's chaos, its challenges and uncertainties no longer feel as overwhelming because, in the presence of your divine match, you feel grounded. This is the power of peace that comes from knowing you are connected to someone who brings stability and balance to your world. And that peace isn't just a fleeting feeling, it's a lasting foundation, one that makes everything feel more manageable, more certain. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the noise of life-work pressures, personal struggles, the constant rush to keep up with everyone else. It can leave you feeling anxious, uncertain, and sometimes downright lost. But when you meet your divine match, that constant tension, that gnawing feeling of never being enough, begins to fade away. You no longer feel like you're fighting against the current of life. Instead, you feel like you're flowing with it, supported by the very person who understands and accepts you completely. This kind of peace isn't something you have to force. It's not something you have to search for. It's a natural byproduct of being in the right relationship. The peace that comes from being with your divine match is a profound emotional stability that is rooted in trust. It's the kind of trust that doesn't waver when life throws its inevitable challenges your way. When you know, deep down, that your partner will stand by your side through thick and thin, that trust gives you the strength to face anything. It doesn't matter how difficult the road ahead may seem, because you know you don't have to walk it alone. This isn't the fleeting, fragile peace that comes from temporary comforts or external validation. It's a peace that comes from a deep, unshakable connection that transcends the noise of the world. The psychological impact of this peace is far-reaching. It triggers something in us that we all desperately need: emotional security. We crave emotional security, the sense that we are safe to be ourselves, without fear of judgment or abandonment. When we find that with someone, it creates a sense of calm in our hearts and minds. We can face the world with a sense of inner strength, because we know that no matter what happens, we have someone who is there for us, someone who believes in us, who sees us, and who loves us, even at our most vulnerable. This is not just about having someone to lean on in hard times. It's about having someone who makes us feel like we don't need to constantly fight to protect ourselves. The peace they bring into our lives allows us to exhale, to stop bracing for the worst, and simply be. This sense of peace isn't limited to the big moments. It's in the quiet ones, to the stillness when you're together, the comfortable silence that fills the room, the knowing that nothing needs to be said because everything is already understood. These are the moments that reveal the depth of your connection, the moments when everything else fades away and all that remains is a shared presence. In those moments, the world outside doesn't matter as much. What matters is the bond you share, the calm you feel in each other's company. The chaos may continue around you, but with your divine match, it feels distant, muted, and that is what makes this peace so powerful. The beauty of this peace is that it allows you to be more of who you are. When you feel safe, when you feel grounded, you can show up as your truest self. You no longer feel the need to wear masks or pretend to be someone you're not. The judgment that so often clouds our interactions with others fades away, because in the presence of your divine match, there is acceptance. There is love, unconditional and unwavering. This acceptance breeds confidence. It makes you feel like you can be vulnerable without fear, knowing that you won't be rejected or dismissed. When you have this peace in your relationship, you have the emotional freedom to grow and explore, knowing that your partner will be there, encouraging you every step of the way. It's also important to recognize that this peace doesn't mean the absence of conflict. In every relationship, there will be moments of disagreement, moments when tensions rise. But with your divine match, the peace isn't shaken by these challenges. Instead, it allows you to approach conflict with a sense of calm and understanding. You know that disagreements aren't threats to your relationship. They're simply opportunities to learn, to communicate, and to grow stronger together. The trust and emotional security you've built create a foundation strong enough to weather any storm, and in the end, these challenges only deepen the peace you share. You learn that together, you can face anything and still emerge stronger, more united. This peace, this deep emotional stability, becomes a powerful force in your life. It allows you to focus on what truly matters: your dreams, your goals, your love for one another. It frees you from the anxiety and fear that often hold us back. It reminds you that you're never alone, even in the most uncertain moments. With your divine match, you have someone who will always be there, offering support, encouragement, and unwavering love. This is the peace that comes from being with someone who truly understands and accepts you. It's the kind of peace that changes everything, that makes life feel lighter, brighter, and more beautiful. So, when you find that peace with someone, hold on to it. It's a rare gift, one that not only strengthens your relationship, but transforms your entire life. It's the peace that allows you to truly live, not just survive. It's the peace that makes you feel like you are exactly where you need to be, with the person you were meant to be with. And in that peace, everything else falls into place. When you're with your divine match, everything begins to feel more meaningful. The mundane tasks of life, things that once seemed so ordinary, suddenly hold weight. There's a quiet depth to the moments you share, a feeling that everything you do together has purpose. It's as though you and your partner are not just living life side by side, but creating something profound together. You realize that this connection is not just about the moments that pass, but about the memories you are building, the experiences you are sharing, and the legacy you are forming. And this is a powerful realization. Your divine match doesn't just add joy to your life, they enrich it in ways you never expected. What's even more remarkable is how this connection makes you feel. It gives you a sense of calm certainty in a world that often feels chaotic. You begin to realize that no matter what happens in life, you are never alone. You have found someone whose presence not only comforts you, but enhances your life in ways that words can't fully capture. And this deep connection becomes an anchor in your world. It is something you can always return to, no matter how stormy life gets. It gives you the strength to face challenges head on, knowing you have someone beside you who understands, who believes in you, and who will always be there. But this is not just about emotional security, it's about growth. When you're with your divine match, you start to see the world with fresh eyes. Your perspective broadens, and you begin to realize how much potential lies within you. You feel driven to achieve more, to be more, because you know you have someone who will walk with you every step of the way. There's no need to prove anything or compete. It's about collaboration. You both thrive together as you build on each other's strengths and support each other through the weaknesses. This growth isn't limited to your relationship. It expands into every area of your life. Your ambitions, your dreams, and your desires become clearer, stronger, and more attainable. You begin to see that your divine match is not just a partner, they are a mirror reflecting back your potential. They help you uncover strengths within yourself that you may have never recognized before. When you are with someone who truly believes in you, you can't help but start to believe in yourself more fully. You begin to push past your limits, to challenge yourself to become better, not because anyone is forcing you, but because this connection inspires you to rise higher. There's a profound psychological principle here. When we are loved and supported unconditionally, we develop a sense of self-worth that empowers us to take risks, to pursue our passions, and to strive for excellence. This is the beauty of being with your divine match. They don't just accept you for who you are. They inspire you to become the best version of yourself. They push you, not by criticizing you, but by believing in your potential. This encouragement, this faith they have in you, becomes the foundation of your own self-belief. But this growth, this transformation, isn't always easy. It requires vulnerability, it requires trust, and most of all, it requires a willingness to let go of the things that no longer serve you. With your divine match, you realize that some parts of your life need to be shed to make room for the future you are building together. This process of growth, although uncomfortable at times, is ultimately liberating. You feel lighter, freer, because you are evolving into the person you were always meant to be. And your divine match, rather than holding you back, provides the space for you to grow, the safety for you to stretch beyond your comfort zone. The psychological impact of this is powerful. As humans, we often fear change, but when we are in a relationship where we feel emotionally safe, we are more willing to embrace it. Your divine match doesn't just accept you where you are, they encourage you to evolve. And as you grow, your bond deepens. You realize that your connection isn't just about the good times, but about how you support each other through the inevitable struggles, how you learn and grow together, and how you become stronger through the challenges you face. This is what makes a relationship with your divine match so special. It's not stagnant, it's dynamic, it's constantly evolving, and so are you. Each step you take together is a step toward becoming a better, more fulfilled version of yourselves. And as you grow together, the bond you share becomes unbreakable, because you know that you're not just partners in life, you're partners in growth, in evolution, in transformation. As you look back on the journey, you begin to realize how much you've changed. You start to see how far you've come, not just as individuals, but as a team. The relationship you share is no longer just about love in its simplest form. It's about partnership, mutual growth, and creating something greater than the sum of its parts. You are not just walking through life together, you are building something together, and that shared purpose is what gives your relationship its strength, its depth, and its beauty. So, when you recognize that you're growing with someone, cherish it. This is a rare and precious gift. In a world where relationships can often feel shallow or fleeting, the ability to grow together with someone who truly believes in you is transformative. It's the foundation for a lasting, meaningful connection. When you find your divine match, you don't just find love, you find the catalyst for your own evolution. And with that person by your side, there is nothing you cannot achieve together.